Okay, so one guy here who swears he's racist, you know, decides to do this. White Canadian writer self his book on race after traveling U.S. in Afro wig and mocha shade foundation. That's right. Instead of just asking Black people, African Americans, about what it's like being an African American in the United States, he goes the Justin Trudeau route. A white Canadian writer who traveled the U.S. in blackface and published what he described as the most important book on American race relations that has ever been written has been met with swift backlash. Last summer, I disguised myself as a Black man and traveled throughout the United States to document how racism persists in American society. Journalist Sam Foster, who has written for the National Post and the Spectre, posted on X on Tuesday. He also shared a link on his self-published book, Seven Shoulders. A blurb for the book on Amazon called it the most important book on American race relations that has ever been written. Too bad on Amazon it got 1.5 stars. That shows you how much that book sucked. In a copy of the book sent to The Independent, the author describes donating a disguise in September 2023 that included a synthetic afro wig, colored contact lenses, and a copious amounts of Maybelline foundation in the mocha shade. Seven Shoulders documents his experience hitchhiking across Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Chicago, and Detroit. The work consists largely of first-person descriptions where most driver pass him by while he's in disguise, as well as the commentary on the history of race and politics in the U.S. Prominent Black writers and journalists reacted to the project with a mix of criticism and bemusement. The correspondent Ellie Mistel ridiculed the book's method and compared it to Tropic Thunder, a 2008 Hollywood satire in which Robert Downey Jr. plays a white Australian actor who dons blackface to portray a Black Vietnam War soldier in the hopes of winning an Oscar. Option A, talk to actual Black people, Mr. Mistel wrote on X. Option B, whatever in the Tropic Thunder is this? The book features interviews with Black leaders, including a sitting U.S. congressman and the mayor of a major American city, though their names are redacted in the work, and Mr. Foster says he didn't tell them about the blackface aspect of the project. Nicole Hannah Jones, the Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter behind the 1619 Project, which argues for a reframing of American history beginning with the arrival of the first enslaved African people to the land that later became the U.S., appeared perplexed in her brief to the news of the book. No comment, she wrote on X. New York Times political reporter Astrid Herndon called on Mr. Foster to realize a picture of him in disguise. Dropped the mic, Samuel, he wrote on X, I'm trying to see something. Some noted the book's resemblance to the 1961 book, Black Like Me, by John Howard Griffin, in which the white writer donned blackface to describe the racism of the Jim Crow South. Mr. Foster told The Independent via email he was hoping to carry on in the tradition of Griffin with the goal to dramatically improve our collective understanding of race. As the public is beginning to realize, I didn't force myself to supplicate at the feet of sensitivity readers, consultants, or midtown executives like most authors do, he said. I simply wrote what I saw. No, what you could have done was just talk to African Americans and ask them how do they feel about being Black in America. Very simple, okay, but you didn't want to do that. You want to mock them instead. I recognize that my independent brothers people, but I think it produced a tremendously important and historic book, he added. He argued people should read the book before criticizing it and declined to share a photo of the disguise he used during the writing process. But if you're so proud about the book and your work and your avenue you took to get this work published, you should not be ashamed to show what type of foundation or the Afro wig you use to accomplish your goal, Mr. Foster. As I mentioned in the book, the point of this project is to foster serious, productive dialogue, he said. For a minstrel show, they should look somewhere else. But you provided that, Mr. Foster. He added that people on social media seeking to see the image showed the crude and corrupting impulses of the masses and suggests more about the masses than it says about me. This man is trying to basically normalize racism. That's what he's trying as a minstrel show. People are not stupid. Okay. As we see what is going on. Now, even this white woman saw what he was doing was wrong. Let's check out what she had to say.
What in the Rachel Dolezal? What in the actual Tropic Thunder? Better yet, what in the Black Like Me did I just watch? I need you to do 3 things with this video. First, watch it all the way to the end. Second, down here, there's gonna be an attached video in the captions. Go watch that video and then come back. And third, leave a comment telling me that you went to watch that video. Since I know 95% of people aren't gonna go watch that video, there's a Canadian journalist by the name of Sam Forster who wrote a book called 7 Shoulders, in which he traveled the United States last summer in blackface. This white Canadian man felt like he needed to expose racism in America. So he painted himself and he wore an Afro wig and he traveled across the United States. And I'm so confused because even way back in 2023, I feel like most of the population on planet Earth know that blackface is not only a stupid idea, but it's so racist. Beyond it being racist, it's already been done. So why are you doing something that's already been done? And I just know that he can't possibly know any black people in real life. And if he does, they don't trust him or he doesn't trust them, because you can't possibly have run this idea by any black person and they told you that that was a good idea.
Exactly.
And listen, I'm not suggesting to contact the publisher, Slaughterhouse, and tell them maybe.
Hey, I mean, they really should. They really should cancel the book. Okay? Because it's disrespectful. All right? And it's racist. All right? It really is. But let me know what you think about this. Do you think 7 Shoulders should be a book that should be read, or should it just be a book that should be just trashed? Let me know what you think in the comments.